welcome to TX Plays a Forza Motorsport 7. So the other day I made the decision to try and turn the traction control, ABS and stuff off. I usually keep them on when I'm playing a game for the first time, get the hang of the game and then turn them down. But I was looking at the settings and decided that I was going to turn them off this time. And I wondered almost instantly how quick or how much quicker I went with them on and off. Believe it or not, they are currently on. You wouldn't believe it from my driving at the moment. So I'm going to do a couple of laps with them on, see what sort of time we get as a fastest lap, and then turn them off and do a couple of laps and see what we get there. I am currently using my Renault Megane, which I'm going to be using for a lot of investigations. I'm going to be doing some investigations into the effects of aerodynamics, suspension setups, brakes, diffs. You know, the diff makes no difference to your PI score, so does it make a difference to the car? We'll try turning it on and off. I'm here at Mugello. Again, just gives me a standard test track, standard car, standard test track each time, just to give it a go. And we're going to see what happens throughout these investigations. We're going to keep a record of the times, see how much quicker, how much slower we get as we go. So, first lap's a bit of a throwaway. It's a rolling start, but you're not going anywhere near as fast as you would be on a normal lap, so the first lap's a bit of a giveaway. I'll do 3 laps then with traction control, ABS and stability management on, and then I will pause the game, turn them all off, and go for 3 laps with them off, and see what kind of score we can get. One thing I am impressed at is that I've kept a clean lap. I normally just hop over a curb or something like that. Bit aggressive for my driving style. Not going to profess to be the best driver, but most drivers out there, most people playing Forza, I would imagine like me, are playing for the fun of it. So we're going to see what happens. So here we go, first flying lap, first proper flying lap with all the controls, all the settings on. So try and make sure we spot our braking points. The 234 is not fast. I was going a lot quicker than that the other day. Oh goodness, really struggling to get it turned into there. Through the chicane. I expect you're wondering why I chose Mugello as the test track for this series. Honest answer, not really sure. I just like the track, thought it'd be a fun one to learn to drive. It's quite quick, so it's not going to cause the Megane too many hassles. There aren't that many big hairpin breaky corners which could really trip it up. Bearing in mind right now this is just stock, it's got no wing, got no upgrades on it. This is the car you go down the Renault dealership and buy right now, and then just driving this around Mugello. I'd be so intrigued on how these times compare. That would be really interesting to know. Not that I think I could go quick drive like this in reality. But yeah, stock car. The only thing I have changed are the wheels. I just didn't like the wheels on the old Megane RS. I changed it. It's got a slight paint job, the TX Plays paint job logo on the front there. Little plug for Twitter and YouTube channel, which I'm assuming most people are watching this on their YouTube channel, so doesn't need that much of a plug. I've also got it on the back, as well as a little plug for Find Me Car Shows if you're interested in your car shows. We're going to see some fancy cars in reality. findmecarshows.uk is the place to go and find them out, and yeah, just tell them I sent you. Ooh, I'm not doing very well with these corners with these driving aids on. These, especially these hairpins, come very, very wide. Blasting back down the straight. Part of the reason I chose this track was this big long straight. I thought we could see effects on speeds and stuff. I will also test these cars, not today, but in the future when we start doing aero upgrades, etc. A little bit late probably, ease off the brakes and turn in. That second phase, I get close to the corner in the first bit, I need to late apex it. I will when we start testing aerodynamics and things like that, and engines and drivetrains. We'll be taking the cars to Le Mans, Circuit de Salle, when we'll be having the full Mulsanne straight to accelerate the cars, try and find their maximum top speeds. I've tried it with this car, and I got to 153 miles an hour, so it's currently not a very fast car. I've lost a second already. Yeah, 153 miles an hour. Forza tell me the top speed of it's 155 with this current tune setup, but I couldn't get there. I got 153, and that was quite late in the straight. Took forever to get there. As you can see, it's not a fast car. It's just a standard car you go down the street and buy. So into these corners, let's try and concentrate a little bit. Into the apex. Feeling a lot of the power gets sucked. Doesn't seem to drive out the corners. Like I said, I've tried it. I've driven this car around here with the traction control and stuff off, and it feels much faster, much more responsive. It's sucking out power now that I would normally have. Okay, let's try and get this hairpin right this time. One more lap if I don't. Drifting that in. You can hear that. You can see in the bottom right hand corner next to the speedometer, the little sensors, the traction control is working overtime. I don't see myself the ABS and stability management coming on. I think they're coming on in corners, so they're not really showing up for me. Or not showing up in my eyesight because I'm not looking at them. So 2:28 is my quickest time so far with all these controls on. Last lap with this setup. If we can get this corner right for once. Lay off the power. I've explained why the circuit, why the car. The reason I chose the Megane was quite simple. I wanted a modern hot hatch. I wanted something that wasn't super powerful to learn to drive, see how the effects go on. I want to see what it could do. It's obviously got a lot of PI upgrade and play with, and it was the only modern. It was the first modern hot hatch I found that allowed me to swap its drivetrain to rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. The only other hatch I'd found that did it was the Mark II GTI, and as tempting as that was, it was my first car. I wanted something a bit modern. Remember my Mark II wouldn't have had traction control and ABS and stability management and all that, so I chose the Megane. I quite like them. The Megane Racing Series was always good fun to watch. And we're going to Silverstone a couple of times and watching them race around there. Get these corners right now. I love how there's all these fans and these helicopters for one car hot lapping around the track. We can get this time. I'll try and take this one flat out. There we go. I need to brake for that one. You can obviously see I've got a little bit of a dirty mark next to my name, the exclamation mark. That's because I obviously ran wide coming out the chicane at the top, pretty much in front of where we were now. Just ran wide over the curb, got all four wheels off the track. The Game treats that as track limits, so. Okay, and head to the line. What can we do? That was slower, so our quickest lap is a 1:28. Sorry, 2:28. Just write these down. 2:28, 2:78, and I have a funny feeling we'll go a lot quicker when I turn these assists off. So if I go into the menu and turn ABS to off, traction control to off, stability to off, check everything else. I only put damage to cosmetic. It meant that if I damaged the car early in the race or early in this, it wouldn't be a problem. I shouldn't damage it on my own. Okay. Everything is now off. You'll see the icons have disappeared from the bottom of the screen. I also didn't want to kill my tyres with the ABS traction control. Look, that's the difference, ABS without ABS. My tyres lock up and I go forward. This lap, it's kind of the cycle lap. We had one with the settings on, so we're going to have one with it off. I can show you the effects these have. As I said, if I go hammer it down here and brake hard, go to the side so you can see. If I brake hard, I can't steer, I can't turn, nothing happens. Accelerate hard, I spin up the wheels. Obviously this car is front wheel drive, so you've got to be a bit careful with the brakes. What I find that happens for me is that I don't brake as much as I don't. This traction control stuff seems to actually mean I have to brake a little bit harder, so I can brake a little bit less. It feels like I'm on the power a little bit more. And actually, when the traction control would have been coming on through these corners, it's actually not really doing me any damage to my lap time. You can hear the tyres squealing, but it's not causing me a problem. I'm sure someone will be able to comment and say, well, actually, that is a problem. But if you can do that, please tell me how to fix it and how can I drive better. I'm not claiming to be the world's expert on sim racer. I don't compete, I rarely play online. What I'm trying to do is learn how to be better and teach you guys and help you guys along in the same process. Maybe learn something interesting. Maybe we'll find that on this car, sports, race suspension and race setup isn't the most important. Maybe it's sport. For this car, this track. Maybe we'll try this stuff again with a different, more powerful car and a more powerful, more in a different track. Maybe one's got more cornering. Also a temptation to put this car up for auction once it's over and done with, once we've gone through the series, because I'm going to pretty much have to buy every part for it to test them all out. Should have quite a quick car. Maybe we'll play with tunings, pop this car on the auction house and let people bid for it, see what they can get. So it's my first flying lap, obviously. I don't know if I'm slower through there, or whether the car just doesn't wipe up wide so much. Already quite scrappy. Hasn't been a very pretty lap so far. Try and make it up in the next little bit. But switching from traction control, ABS, all those aids, turning them off is quite a difference. The car feels different, handles slightly differently. Look at that, I said it's a scrappy lap, but it's 2/10 of a second quicker than the old one. And as I say that, I'm too busy looking at the time, sailing straight off. I've probably blown this lap. This lap's now not going to be quicker than having the driving aids off. But we've got a few more tries. So I've been playing Forza Motorsport since Forza Motorsport 2, but I've only just picked up Forza Motorsport 7. Of course, buy this game, install it, and then find out almost straight away that there's potentially a Forza Motorsport 8 on its way. But I'm going to have fun with this one. And then maybe we can reenact this in 8 as well. See if the same aero parts have the same effect on the car that they did in Forza 7. If we can do similar lap times. The brakes in the corner. Bit of a no-no in racing. Get away with it in the front wheel. I'm not going to get away with that in a rear-wheel drive car. Like I said, I've just been learning since. It's probably 3 days of driving without any of these aids on all the time. Been driving the Megane a fair bit just to get the hang of it for this series. But I've also run a few other cars. Run a practice in the Porsche GT3. I went wide like I did in the other runs. Yeah, practicing a rear-wheel drive GT3. Did a couple of runs in a Lamborghini. It was an S-Spec car. Obviously four-wheel drive there. Made a massive difference. Really helped with its handling. I then tried the Formula 1 car. I don't think I'm ready for a Formula 1 car just yet. If you'd like to see what happens when I drive a Formula 1 car, please comment below. And I'll do a little video, but I'll warn you, it will probably take 20 minutes for me to do a lap in one of the fastest cars. So when I come to drive those cars, I'll probably turn some of the settings back on just to give myself a little bit of a hand. Sometimes you just don't need to brake for these corners as much as it says, just maybe a bit off the gas. Ooh, that one I might brake for. Make sure I'm off. Make sure you're off the gas by the wheel by the time you turn. And then try and accelerate from the apex. If you look down by my tyres and my speedo down in the bottom right hand corner, there's a little red bar that should be on the screen now. That's my brakes. Tells you how hard I'm braking. And the blue one tells you how much throttle I've got. So I'm trying to take it easy, brake lightly into the corner so I don't lock the tyres up. And accelerate slowly, steadily, not jam the throttle on and force it out, you know, really spin those wheels up. I'm trying to keep it nice and steady on the throttle. At half throttle, 3/4 throttle, I can see my exit now. Trying to drive it out. Like I said, I'm no expert. If there are experts watching this, you're clearly bored. And if you would like to give me some tips and pointers, some advice, look at that, me 2 seconds quicker. Yeah, leave a comment, leave a message, hit me up on Twitter. I would like to be a better race driver. But right now I just drive for fun. If you like the channel, tomorrow night, of course this is on YouTube, on a Tuesday night, I'm streaming a bit late, hit the brakes too hard. So Tuesday night, 8 o'clock UK time, I will be streaming for about 2 hours of Forza Motorsport. I'm going to do some career progression, working through my career, and then on Friday nights at 8 o'clock I play some other games, maybe some Destiny, maybe some Elder Scrolls, maybe some Knights of Pen and Paper. I'm going to vary it up, but mainly my YouTube channel will probably stick with a lot of racing, unless you want to see that other stuff. I will happily share it, bring it across, anything you want to know. Oh, this is a scrappy lap. 1.7 seconds. I went 1.9 seconds quicker last time. Or probably most of that I lost in that big lock-up in the going down the hill. This is my last lap. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you for your watching, thank you for your time. Please, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a subscribe. Cheeky little wink there. Every YouTuber says that, don't they? But no, seriously, you do. Helps me know people watching, people liking what I'm doing, and they're enjoying the content. I'm going to go for a spin over the line. Oh, I didn't keep out of it. Thank you very much for watching. Clearly, much quicker with the time off, with the traction control off. We did a 1:26.3, so nearly 2 seconds quicker a lap. That's quite impressive. 20 minutes in total. Going to help me get my scores up, get some money for these parts I'm going to buy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.